NTN.
What's happening, everyone? I gotta change the information on the stream. I just want to edit the title.
Rap. 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 Rap.
So, what is happening, everyone? Looks like everything's working.
Rap.
We're good.
Rap. Rap.
So,
Rap.
GME below 200. Look at this, guys. Wow. Just wow. This thing ripped to 500 today. And now it's down below 200.
Rap.
If I could
rap.
short it, I would. It's one of the biggest problems like with this broker quest trade is it's so hard to get shorts on certain
WBT.
stocks, especially the ones like, and I think almost
WBT.
the only people that can be shorting this right now have to be institutional traders, like, because there's nobody else that can get shares. Like, the only people that can get shares are ones that are not that are using, you know, institutional brokers rather than retail brokers that most of us retail traders are using. You know, when you're using platforms like Questrade, Trade Zero, or I don't know about Trade Zero really, but or like Lightspeed or any of these interactive brokers, ones that are like more for retail traders, like active day but retail traders,
SLM.
they have restricted, and you know, more the cheapest ones, zero commission ones like Webull and Robinhood have totally restricted it. So that's interesting.
SLM.
What is happening? All right.
GBR, 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 SVC. NWG.
Perfect. All right. Looks like my viewers left.
GBR, 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 basically what's happening here,
and what I'm looking at down here is the AMC options chain, because what I was thinking of doing is just taking some of these options trades on AMC. Oh, there's Jan coming back up a little bit. Interesting. Is it halted? To the upside, it is. So Jan, $13 halted to the upside, 18, 19 bucks. Interesting on Jan. AMC over here. Oh, GME is resumed.
GBR, 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 GBR,
166, 157. This thing is crashing.
GBR.
Wow. Wow.
TGC, GBR, 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 GBR,
So I'm gonna look at that.
PFMT,
GME is halted.
PFMT,
GBR is still popping.
PFMT,
Quite extended up there though. I don't know if I want to be a buyer up there, all the way up there.
TGC,
Let's see here. There's the drop in AMC. I was waiting for.
TGC,
See these options contracts in AMC are still cheap.
Jan, TGC, TGC, GBR, GBR, GBR,
120.
GBR, GBR,
Or is AMC halted?
PFMT,
So we'll see what happens upon resumption. That's why I'm like, why are they still so cheap? It basically looks like it, you know, it was coming down, but the options price are still down at like $1.20. So We'll see. If this thing breaks back down towards 7, we can get a move on the options basically from $1 all the way up to 2. So it could be an interesting trade, options trade on AMC here if we're interested in it. This is the $8 puts. So this is betting that it's going to go down. If you want to take the options trade for a call at $9 or at $8, you could also do the same if you think it's going to go up. But in sympathy with GME and kind of the way things have been going, obviously this has crashed quite a bit, but the way that GME just crashed even further, we might see more drastic sell-offs. And there's BlackBerry. It's kind of
how's everyone doing? And I hope everyone is safe.
My scanner here, guy on Precision Day Trading, he goes over his trades a lot of times, and he's more of a short bias trader, and I just use the scanner short Precision Day Trading, so I can kind of see the stocks that I'm looking at when they pop up. So kind of tells me which ones are running and which ones I need to kind of focus on. But for the most part, right now we're focused on BlackBerry, AMC, GameStop, KOSS, although KOSS is basically tanked. And this is, I guess, good time to go over the trades that I made on KOSS today. So I got crushed on KOSS today again. Yeah. So basically the second day in a row. Yesterday I didn't lose as much because I basically made up what I lost on it. But today, it was one of those ones where, and these trades kind of look weird, but understand that there was a reason for these trades. So the first trade was a winning trade. It was a buy at 105, sell at 107.95, as I thought it might be rejecting, and I didn't want it to swing back down because it just came out of a halt. Actually, I think it was 2 halts. I think it got halted there and got halted again here. So this was 2 halts already. So it looked like it was pushing into another halt, and then it came down. That's why I sold, because I didn't want to get caught in a rejection if it wanted to go against me. And then I missed into that halt, and when it reopened up here, I was watching for a dip trade, and at the same time I was watching GME. So I saw GME all in the options trade, and AMC just flew higher because it probably got halted again to the downside again. Yep. Damn. I should have been watching it. But you see what I was saying. But you see what I was when I was mentioning that, like, this these options here. I should have been watching it. And this is the problem, right? I ended up doing other things and focusing on other stocks instead of watching the one that I'm, like I just gave out the call. Like, this would be perfect to buy at $1, but yet it was halted. I didn't expect it to resume and immediately get halted again. But like I said, with the GME, with the price action in GME, I was expecting this to at least probably move lower. I just didn't expect it so quick. So that sucks because I missed that trade. It would have been nice to get these options round, like even at the dollar $1.35 there would have been all right. It was showing 130, 140 on the thing, so $1.35 would have been probably the opening, and I might have been able to get filled if I threw an order out there. I would already be up like double, but, well, not double, but like 20-30%. Quick 30 cents, it's not bad. But we could see a move higher if this moves lower, and we see GME opening up again. How low is it gonna go? 130, 126. Oh, getting halted at 126. GME. Wow, guys. Wow, that is ridiculous. I'm not in it, but wow, like there's something about, they say what goes up must come down, and this thing certainly came down, but wow, you would have thought that there would have been more resistance, especially with the way this thing was trading. But once this thing broke 250, there was no looking back. Once it broke 250, it was like, even here when it broke 300 here, 350, it was like no looking back. once that sell-off started, it was just, you know, and we saw something similar happen just before, you know, in the pre-market, and this was kind of the signal for how this was going to go, I thought, but I didn't expect it to rebound as much as it did, but, you know. And one thing I've been learning, and this is the thing, I'm not an expert, I'm still learning. Like today I'm red on cost, chop me out, just like I was saying before, but, and I'm going to put AMC back on here so I can watch that for resumption in case we want to get an options trade in here. I have to move this price up, unfortunately. It's unfortunate too, because that would have been like a really nice trade. Probably would have maybe not put me green on the day, but would have been close. Would have probably gave me break even. You know, and a lot of times you end up making those decisions where you see it and you're like, yeah, this would be perfect to buy here, and then you don't, and then it does what you want, and then you get kind of that FOMO and that frustration of missing out, so then you want to get in again, and that's kind of what happened on cost. But I'll go back to cost. Once this reopens and I see what happens, I'm going to go back to that and explain to you guys my trade and why I'm not as upset on it as I would have been. Like if you just look at the chart, it's not the greatest. They weren't the greatest entries, but if you kind of take into consideration everything I was thinking at the second, I can't be overly critical of myself. Because they did do some really good things, but unfortunately the outcome was not great. So with AMC here, we're looking at a resumption of 1:22:25, so basically in 5 seconds. So let's see what happens here. I don't know if we're gonna have a trade because I think it might go green again. This is tanking quite a bit. No, maybe not. Low, but look at how. I don't think I'm gonna get filled. I'm not gonna get filled. I'll put an order at a 165. It came down to 165. Can I get filled? Can I get filled? I'm not gonna get filled. See, and these things can go against you. That's the only thing, right? I canceled it. Shot up to 205. It's getting halted again. It's gonna break the lows. Damn it. Getting halted. Yeah. Wow. See, I just did it. You know, I just lost myself money by not taking the trade that I was basically calling out. You know, like as soon as this opened up, it was like an obvious setup to take this long. That's unfortunate. Check out the BlackBerry options. Man. Oh, if you guys would have taken that AMC options trade, you would have had a nice payoff there. Unfortunately, I missed it. I gave the call out. You know, I was like, get in anyway. You know, this thing bounces. This thing gets halted again. Here's Jan getting halted to the downside again. I don't think I can short Jan. I'm not sure. I kind of wanted to look at it to see if I could, but I'm not sure. 250% margin rate, so I might be able to short it. You can see. There's so many things moving today, guys. Like it's crazy. It's ridiculous. Like there's so many stocks moving. There's not really any setups, and you know, there's a lot of short setups, but there's not really many long setups. It's interesting how these BlackBerry options get cheaper as the stock goes lower. You know, it's quite interesting. But the overall sentiment and the way this looks, like this might be a good place to buy these, to be honest with you. And the price goes up, and the price of the option goes down. I'm looking at puts, not calls. It's so weird. So weird. It's like the stock goes up, and the put option gets more expensive. So weird. I guess not. The stock's going lower, so. What is happening here? I'm not updated? Is my chart being funky again? Because this... my charts have been giving me, like, bad information all day. You can see that, like, the price is going lower, but the price... Oh, I'm looking at the wrong chart. I'm not even looking at BlackBerry. What am I doing? No wonder. I'm like, what is happening with this chart? That makes a lot more sense. Makes much more sense. Wow. I might have actually bought those if I saw that situation on BlackBerry, but I wasn't even really looking at it. I can't believe AMC down 67%, GameStop down 62%, BlackBerry 44% to the downside. Like, wow. Unbelievable. And I can't short any of them. That's something that sucks, man. It's like all these parabolic stocks, and you can't short them, so you try to go long on them, and then you get smacked. And you're like, why am I so terrible? And then question. Interesting with BlackBerry here. Man, wish I would have bought. And I was looking over here thinking, this kind of looks interesting. There's, this 140 level. It's also really expensive to trade options, and that's kind of one of the things that really sucks. And none of these stocks are really moving to the point where I'm like, yeah, this is like, giving us crazy good moves. So I don't know. I might I might not trade anymore. I might just take the loss today. Unfortunate. Is like KOSS, I think, has been halted for a long time. Like, when did this get halted? 11:07. It's been halted almost a half an hour. Holy crap! Unfortunately, if you guys are in this, I feel sorry for you. I was in it earlier. Lost money, so yeah, that was that. So yeah, I guess I'll go over that trade. I was going over before, but I got distracted by AMC. Oh, AMC, that is now up to almost $8. Wow. Is GameStop open? Oh, it is 155. So GameStop bounced as well. Is GameStop halted to the upside? Sorry for jumping around so much on you guys. I didn't realize GameStop had reopened. Yeah, and it's up to the upside, halted. Wow. So GameStop to the upside, halted at 155. So that's crazy. So we might be looking to trade GameStop now. See what happens. Yeah, AMC still pushing higher. AMC looks like it might be reversing. Oh, but it also bounced here. You know, it's up $1.50 from that bounce, from that low, so it's not bad. Especially $6 stock. That's 20% really. Now holding 8. Pushing higher. Looks like it's going into a halt at 822 AMC. Or no. Ripping higher. Halt at 830. Is it going to false halt again, or is it going to really get halted? No, it really got halted. So GME and AMC both halted. See Jan. Jan is trading lower, halted. Looks like it's halted. There's so many stocks halted today. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. People in the SEC or whoever deals with these halts must be just going nuts today. They're like, what is happening? So many halts. These halts on costs are I don't understand them. There's no volume. How is there so much volume to push them down 20-30% here? Like, that's unbelievable. From 47 to 30 on no volume. You know, like, I get this volume, I get these halts, but like this, no, I don't understand this on cost. That's crazy. Back to $30. And it's been halted for almost a half an hour. That's unbelievable. If anybody's in cost, I truly feel so for you guys. And I was trading it earlier, so let me go over these trades and explain to you why I liked these trades and why I really was actually, you know, alright, so this first one, like, I really thought that these trades were going to work out, and I'll explain to you why. Not only was the VWAP here for support, but there was also another catalyst, being GME. So this stock was really trading in tandem with GME. You can see as it moved up here, it was basically trading this exact same. It was getting halted almost the exact same time, and as it was pushing higher. So I was trading this thing, went long here at 105, covered 107.9. Nice quick scalp there. This one did not go so well. So actually this one wasn't terrible. I think this one, yeah, this one I was kind of I think a winning trade overall, because I covered more, or I covered half the 4-cent winner and half at a 1-cent loss, so it was still like a 3-cent winner. So both of those, you know, that's like a $10 winner, because these are dollars I'm talking about here. So that's like a $10 winner, both on those, like in terms of price, stock price, right? And these two trades were the ones that really got me. Two trades, and I was within 2 minutes I was down, basically past my max loss, and it, basically just took these trades because at the same time, when this got reopened after the halt, GME got reopened, and GME started pushing higher and was pushing, whereas if this followed, you can see here, when this kind of did this little pullback, this thing did this pullback, and then GME ripped higher. So I bought this thing anticipating this move to follow in tandem with GME, like it had been doing the whole morning, right? But instead, this thing reversed, and you can see what ended up happening. So luckily, I was able to get out of my shares before it dropped below 100, but it was scary. These were scary trades, mainly because like when in hindsight, like when I was in the moment, I was like, oh, GME's going higher, cost should go higher, it's been following it the whole time, man, this looks good. And I was trading cost yesterday, and it was kind of the same thing, right? So I was looking at it like, you know, this thing, normally what it does is it goes up, gets halted, opens, chops around, pushes up, gets halted, opens again, and you can see that happening here. And this was just straight up. So then, okay, so at the top I'm not wanting to buy, let it pull back, okay, got halted to the downside, okay, good, opens, has some buying, okay, so it looks like maybe it's going to go up, get halted to the upside like it did yesterday, and like GME was doing at the same time. So all of that was going through my head when I was taking these trades, and unfortunately I ended up losing on them. But if this thing did do what GME did, they would have been nice trades, and I probably would have been up 200 instead of down 200 on the day. So that's that. Unfortunately, you know, shit happens, but we come back and we trade another day. But I have hard times sometimes handling the loss, but cost is reopened. Cost is now opened at $26. Wow. Cost is opened at $26, guys. $26. This thing's immediately going into a halt up. Opened, immediately went into a halt up. Or it's false halting. Let's see. No, it's not. It's halting. No, it's false halting. Well, it's dipping. It's dipping. Is this dip buy or is this flush? This is flush. See, like it fakes you out, right? Like it's like, this might be a good dip buy. It still might be. We'll see. Looks like it's flushing though. It's crazy how it looks like it's going into a halt, but there's no way, because it. Okay, never mind. All right, it's in a downward halt. It just got halted at 26, and it reopened, but ended up getting halted at 26 again to the downside. So that's pretty crazy. Yeah, that is pretty crazy indeed. Oh, did GME reopen? Oh my God. What did you? 36. Wow. GME reopened and went to 200. So GME bounced off of that 100 low and now is at almost 200. Halted twice to the upside after 3 or 4 halts, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 halts to the downside, maybe 6 halts to the downside. So GME pushing back up. See if anything's popping up on the scanner here. I have it muted so it's not going off crazy. Seems GBR is popping higher. I'm not sure about GBR. So with GBI, see GBR here, if we can break 10, this thing might push. But you can see like it's so extended. It's up from $3 all the way above 10. Jan halted to the downside again. So Jan actually is halted to the upside. I don't understand how some of these orders are coming in. Like 1140. How do you put in orders after the price is closed, especially if they're going in at 289.99? Wonder if they're just like testing out the, I don't know, the stock at that price, or like in general. Because I seen that happen last time it got halted. GME, it was like orders started going through at 289 when it was halted. It's just one, actually. Oh yeah, just one order. Oh, GME's resumed again. It's going up. GME is now above 200. It's gonna push up into another halt. Looks like it just might. I don't know. Starting to chop around there a little bit too much. Oh, just as I say that. This thing's probably going to rip up and get halted again. Or it's going to rip down and get halted. It's got to do one of the two, right? You can just see that there's a lot of pressure there at 230. It hit 230 and then just a wall of sellers came in. It tried to push higher, but it really couldn't. So GME here is trying to push, trying to hold 220. I might get long. See, it's just so. Wow. Okay. Okay then. Yeah. This thing's gonna get halted at the upside again. Or maybe not. Pretty sure though. It's getting bought up. No. Dip. Sellers coming in. That was like, I didn't even really see any sellers. But then again, so that was a weird dip. Oh, and right back up. Yeah. That's crazy. This thing is nuts. This is crazy. Unbelievable. Just the way this thing is moving, it's just unbelievable. Ideally, what we'd like to see is this thing rip through the volume weighted average price and give us a move to the upside, and then we can actually take some trades maybe and feel confident in them. Right now it's above 250. It's probably just gonna rip though. The thing, it's either gonna rip or it's gonna flush. So you're starting to kind of see this curve, how it kind of flat tops here and starting to get that kind of toppling on its own weight. Now is when you want to be careful trading this thing, guys. That's why I was so hesitant to take any trades on it, because it would have been nice to take this bounce, and I kind of was not watching it, unfortunately. It's one of those ones you just got to be watching all day. You just got to sit here and you just got to watch it and wait for the resumption, kind of look at where it's trading. It's going to get halted to the downside. I almost guarantee it. Unless if it finds support at 2, but it looks like it's getting halted right here. So it's going to get halted at 207. And it's probably going to move lower. So that was the risk, which is why I was saying that I was really hesitant to buy any of these candles. Obviously, it would have been nice. Like, I should have just kind of bought this as soon as it broke 2 and kind of gave us this move. It would have been a nice trade. And this is the thing about being new, being a beginner, is that you really don't have the confidence yet to take setups that are obvious, or that are kind of, because they happen so fast, you have to kind of read them and then be able to take advantage of them, right? Wow. So I don't understand this with cost, but it's halted again to the upside, I guess. So the low was 25 and it popped up to 28, and now it's halted to the upside for some reason. Okay. So cost should resume in another minute. Huh. That's interesting. And AKD tanking. This trend to the downside. It's probably gonna, if it breaks the low of 149, we might have a test of the 126 level. So we'll see how that goes. I don't think I can get shares to short of an IKD. I don't think I can. It's 500% margin rate. Yeah, I mean, I could trade it, but it's such the margin rate is so small that I could probably only trade like 700 bucks or something. I don't even know. Five times more. That's crazy. I don't know if there's anybody. Game over, guys. Get out the money. Capoloco. Awesome. I like that. Is it game over money? Game over, guys. Oh, game over, guys. Get out the money. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like with GME. He's like, game over on GME, man. Thing's hitting it's tanking. See what I said? If this thing breaks 149, it's going to probably go down to those lows. So yeah, I wanted to short this thing up here, but I looked at the margin rate and I was like, man, 500% margin rate? It's just so expensive. Everything's halted. Blackberry's kind of just trading around that 1450 range. This Blackberry does, it's very slow. I was so surprised yesterday when it was moving as fast as it was. I was like, wow. But, it's because of the volume. Like, it was getting unbelievable volume. You can see the volume yesterday was just so much more than it was today. It's a very, very high float stock, large float. So, it takes a lot of shares, a lot of buying power to move this thing in either direction. But, so let's watch GME again. Let's look at it upon resumption and see what happens. So this thing, bounced off the lows, ripped to 250, and now we have a halt to the downside. Should reopen in about 20 seconds. So let's see what happens. Oh, NAKD. Oh, wow. Remember what I just said, guys? I literally just said this, that if this breaks this 149, this 150 level, it will rip down to these lows that we had in the pre-market of 126, and it broke those lows. Unbelievable. 118. Wow. Wow. Should have just shorted it, even though it was 500. I should have tried. I don't know. Even if I shorted with like $500, it still would have been a nice trade. Fuck. Sorry to swear, guys. Sorry to swear. Today's just such a crazy day. There's so much stuff moving. There's so many things. It's like you see one thing over here pop out over here, and you're like, oh, I could take a trade there. I could take a trade there. Okay, GME's reopened again. So we're seeing what it's doing here. It's kind of fighting. Stay above 200. Crashing back down. Holding 210s maybe. A lot of selling coming in. A lot of selling coming in. But still holding 210s. Oh, nope. Nope. I don't think it's going to hold 200 either. Nope. There's no way. It's gonna get halted to the downside again. Oh. All of a sudden the sellers disappear. And the buyers step in. Alright, guys. So this is what support looks like. So 200 is finding support. Let's see if it can hold. There are buyers stepping in at 200, but can it hold? Can they hold? Looks like they can. Looks like they can. We're not getting the range that, you know, we were getting. Looks like it's kind of turned into a bit of indecision there, and you see that pop. Wow. There's the volume. Really, it's not crazy volume, but that pop. And that's because you had that support level. Shorters were kind of like, all right, people are, you know, the buyers are stepping in, so this short started to step away, started to cover their position once they ripped above 210, 220. Now they're looking at it like, maybe I'll get back in, or they're adding to their short position now, but it looks like it wants to hold 200. So GameStop, NAKD still moving lower. Let's check out costs. If it resumed, yeah, resumed. Got halted to the upside. So costs halted to the upside, 34. Wow, this is just unbelievable day. Like the things that are happening in this market right now are unbelievable. And to think that like the last couple days I've been red, and it's been like so hard to trade this market, but it just keeps, like, these stocks just keep going higher. It's gonna get halted at 239, it looks like. False halt. Okay. Flushing back down. Wow, false halt to the upside, and now it's flushing down. Is it gonna hold? Holds 220 there, so that's a good sign. Nope. Looks like it was gonna hold, but there's a lot. Okay, it held. Definitely held. Wow. Shorts are just getting hammered again. How many times? Well, then again, they did well there. But again, you're seeing just the buyers step in. And they are hitting a lot of resistance here, but it looks like they might be able to overcome. There's the sellers. As soon as you get a little bit of hesitation, they start to step in. But they didn't win. They couldn't do it. The longs are too powerful. Longs are just too powerful. See what happens here. Yeah. Back down to 200 probably. If it holds, if it holds 30, we might see some serious support forming, and this thing could push. But it's really gonna have to fight through this wall of sellers. Above 235, there's just as soon as I say that, they rip through. They rip through them. Can they hold? Can they hold? Looks like it. GME looks like it's wants to go higher. That wall of sellers. Oh, 240 of that top. Breakout. So if it gets above 250, it'll be a breakout here. Stays below 240. It's a little less bullish. Dips are just getting bought up. They're just getting bought right up. So we're seeing some serious dip buying going on. Broke 250. 250 is acting as support, looks like. So here we're going to have a retest, 50. It's holding above it. Still holding above 50. Man, this thing is just crazy. To the moon, GameStop. GameStop to the moon. Halted again to the upside. Halted to the upside. Maybe not. Might be a false halt. Yeah, it looks like it's a false halt. Alright, so it's ripping down a little bit. 266. Right back up. So this looks like it's going to get halted to the upside. Oh, nope. Nope. But could be a dip here if... Yep. Yep. Halted to the upside. Near. Interesting. What's going on with Osama? GME halted to the upside. Look at that. See if this thing rips above the VWAP, and then maybe we'll get some trading opportunities on it. It's just so overextended, but man. See when cost is halted. 12. So cost, because it trades in tandem with GME, we might see the same kind of action on it. Man. That's crazy. This is just nuts. Like, it's unbelievable the kind of moves these things are making. Just unbelievable. And like, really, all of these stocks are down, like, on the day. Like, none of them are green. Like, the stocks that are actually green today are, like, not very many. Like, maybe Jan, I guess, ACY, see these top, NAKD, although it dipped. Did it come back up to 157? No way. No way. NAKD. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. Bounced off that 110, and you know, I said the 125. I was saying the 125 support was probably going to be where it bounced, but it ended up dropping all the way down to 110. But I said once it broke this 150, it was going to drop at least to 125. We got 110. Cost is open. Trading on cost has resumed. Looks like it's going into a downward halt straight out of the open. Opened and flushed. Looks like it's going into a downward halt. So this is kind of like what happened last time. This is what happened exactly last time when I was trading it up here, why I lost on those trades. Because when I was trading it before, I was trading it like it was in tandem with GME. So while GME was going up, I was trading costs as GME was going higher. So as GME went higher here and gets halted higher here, you'd figure, okay, cost is going to reopen and go higher, right? Especially because cost was beaten down almost you know, way more than GME was. Well, maybe not way more, but close to it, you know, at least in terms of share price. Like, this thing went from at one point 175 today all the way down to $25. Could you imagine if you bought it at 175 today? If you're in cost at 175 pre-market over here, and it's down to $20 now? Can you imagine? Can you imagine if you were in that with margin? 2 or 3 times margin? Holy God. Man, that's unbelievable. In cost, look at that halt. Look at that. That is unbelievable, guys. That is crazy. I'm telling you. I'm gonna, you know, I'll give it a shot. I know that I probably, it's gonna go into risk review, but let's give it a shot. I'm gonna throw out an order to short NAKD. Nope, not available to short. Of course. Why would it be available to short? GME is open again. So GME's open again. Looks like it's getting halted again. To the upside? No, not halted. Okay, maybe. Yes, no, maybe so. Looks like it's getting halted. I don't know, there's just some weird numbers. Yeah, it's definitely, oh no. Okay. The halt level's moving up. Breaking above the VWAP though. You know what? I don't know why my order didn't get filled there, but I'm kind of happy it didn't. To be honest with you, it looks like it's gonna use the VWAP as resistance instead of support. I thought it might break it and then hold it as support, which maybe it will, but also maybe it won't. It shouldn't get halted here because it's not up that much relative to where it's been getting halted. It's really not up that much. I'd be surprised if it did get halted here. There's some weird price action going on there. Wow. Okay then. I don't know if my broker is just not letting us trade this now. They might have restricted it, to be honest with you. So let's see how this looks, but no, it's going lower. Blackberry's starting to run again. Blackberry's up almost $3 from the lows. So GME is testing 300 again now. It's breaking 300. Oh, and I got filled. I'm in GME. And I'm out. Don't like that. Don't like that on the levels. 307 out of 306, so loss, not huge. Oh my god, and it goes higher, of course it does. So I know, at least I know I can buy it now though. It's so frustrating, but I thought maybe I'd get out for a small win, but no. It's a problem with marketing in and out. Man, stupid stock. See, because now, it's so overextended, but it's just, if you don't buy, you won't get in, right? No, okay, it's coming back a little bit there. Ooh, and that's why I don't want to be holding it. That's kind of why I got out, because that's what I didn't want to see. Figured we might see that, but that was rough. That was really rough. Halted to the downside again, it looks like. Yep. Woo! Okay. Okay. So, I don't know how much I lost. Shouldn't have been a lot, but yeah. I don't even think it was $1. Might have been $1. I lost there. Not a lot. Not good. It wasn't good. I mean, it's never good to lose, but better than getting... What is that ask? Look at that ask. What is that? 1100 on the ask for GameStop. 1100 on the ask. Look at BlackBerry. Look at BlackBerry. Just crashing down. Looking at options on BlackBerry, maybe possibly AMC. Interesting. Hit 10 and it's just rejecting off that level. We might get some serious pullbacks here. Makes me kind of want to trade options on it, but I don't mind these puts on BlackBerry, but I don't really know how much the underlying. Okay, it's only 200. That's not much. I'm gonna try to buy these options here at 132. See if I get a fill. I'm gonna cancel. Oh, I was hoping to get filled right away and then I would know, because this candle of indecision and it's on 70. Struggling to break it, but it looks like it's gonna reject. The way these stocks move, they can go up, you know, just as much as they go down, and there you go. Right, already through 70 to 80. Looks like it's going up to 90. These things are just irrational. Alright, so put that on the back burner for now, and let's hop back over to GME. So halt resume should be in 1 minute. See what happens. Luckily I got out of that trade just as it was boycott Robinhood, sue Robinhood. Agreed. Hashtag agreed. Yeah. A lot of traders are unhappy with their brokers right now, and I was having problems with my brokers. Actually, after I lost this morning on KOSS, my broker basically crashed, and I couldn't get back on for a while, and I was like, oh my god. And then next thing you know, I was back on, and I was reading these reports about Robinhood and TD Ameritrade and all these E-Trade, Webull. I guess they're crashing, and Robinhood basically restricted GameStop trading. And as I say that, GameStop is now trading. We are open again, guys. 280. We are looking for a push above 3 to hold above the VWAP, at least 288's the VWAP. So those are the levels we're watching. Looks like it's gonna flush. It's just I don't know. Just as I say that, it rips higher, rips through 300. Yep. But it just looks so weak. Like there's not a lot of buying volume coming in. So it might be a fake out, but it also might be just an imbalance. And that happens. So like I said, over 88's good. If it holds here, might be an interesting trade for over 300. See. Oh, we're choppy now. We're very choppy now. Not getting that follow through momentum like we were getting earlier. There's a lot of sellers. So it's not like the last couple of days where sellers were just getting basically destroyed. These shorts are actually able to put up some resistance for the bulls. You can see here it's just hitting a wall at 95 and just can't break it. It might, but right now it can't. Looks like it wants to go lower. A lot of selling coming in on the level 2 and on the time and sale, sorry. If it breaks 260, then it's going to get halted, but it's also going to be a reversal. So be aware, guys. If it breaks here, it's a reversal, and it's probably going to start to get halted to the downside. It held. But it looks like there's a lot of selling coming in, so it looks like it's going to go lower. Oh, no. Alright, well, there's some buyers stepping in now, buying that dip. It just doesn't have that. Oh, okay, maybe it does. It's that follow through that like we were seeing earlier, where it just goes higher, candle after candle, and you see this little bit of resistance, but then it just breaks through. Now it's starting to really hit some walls and really, show that it wants to reverse. These people that are buying this dip here are kind of, hoping, and so far they're winning, but they're hoping that this thing's gonna go higher, but it really needs to get some serious momentum to go higher, and you can see that the buyers are just not there. There's just not enough buying pressure to send it higher. And like I said, if it breaks 260, then the biggest problem is that it'll be breaking this low here, and then in terms of the trend, it'll be reversing. But if it holds 260 again, then we're still in an upward trend. So right now, we're still in an upward trend. This is going to determine right here what's going to do, though. So now it's into consolidation. As I said, the volume is kind of dying out, so that just shows that it's starting to lose interest. It's also kind of lunchtime, so a lot of traders probably are stepping away and decided to go for lunch around noon. Probably why we had that big kind of sell-off. A lot of traders are getting out of their positions and kind of just going, okay, I'm just going to go to lunch and, So this thing might just consolidate for a while and kind of just trade around this level. So might be a good time to kind of cut this stream and come back in the afternoon for some more trading, because I'm probably going to go grab some lunch, just make some something quick, and maybe just do a little bit of relaxing before I come back and try to trade for the afternoon. But yeah, thanks for watching with me for a bit, guys. I know it wasn't that exciting. I didn't end up trading as much as I wanted to, and really disappointing. It moves so quick. It's honestly, it's so hard to trade. For those people that are able to make a lot of money in this, I really I give you my congratulations, because you are a really good trader. You're a better trader than me, and it's not hard to be. I'm not that great of a trader, but I try, and I learn, and sometimes you gotta learn from those hard lessons, and sometimes you get lucky. And so I'm not saying people got lucky on this, but a lot of times it's just one of those things where you get in at the right time and you're able to kind of see the momentum quick. You have the confidence, to get in, whereas those that hesitate and try to buy it afterwards, or like me, try to buy like for the break of VWAP and then hopefully it'll break out, you kind of get chopped out. And so it's a little discouraging, but I try not to be too discouraged from it, because it's all learning. A lot of people lose money in their first couple months, and I am no different, but I'm not down crazy amounts. I still have lots of money to trade with, if I want to trade or not trade, depending. But it's been rough. It's been a rough week. Rough 2 days, really, yesterday and today. Two of my biggest losing days ever. Yesterday was my biggest, but then I was able to make it back to being not my biggest, and so 2 days that were just kind of bad losses. It looks like BlackBerry is curling and wants to break above the volume weighted average price here, so interesting moves on BlackBerry, so be good to watch that. It is kind of overextended already, because like I said, after this 13 bounce, it kind of has been just trending upwards. So with that in mind, be careful, be cautious trading this thing, especially right here around the volume weighted average price. If it breaks above and is able to hold, then we're looking at a move higher. Could ultimately see a move up to 20 again, which would be nice, but we want to be aware that we want to be aware of the risks, and we want to be aware kind of these levels, and the fact that this VWAP has been kind of resistance for a while. You can see this top here at 1655 as well is going to act as resistance. So you're going to want to see it above at least 17 before you really start to get bullish on it again, and you want to see it hold above the volume weighted average price. So we'll see what happens on it, but those are my thoughts there. You can see GME just consolidating. This is lunch break. This is people just either getting tired of trading it or people stepping away for lunch, and people kind of close their positions, and kind of everybody's just flat and kind of just sits around these ranges till some big traders step up, or bunch of people start coming back from lunch and start hitting their trading desks. But currently, AMC and BlackBerry are probably the two you want to be watching the most for, because they're both trading right at the VWAP. So if they break these, and AMC is also trying to test 10. So if it breaks 10, then we could see a move higher on AMC. Something to be mindful of. I like it for the break of 10, but you still want to see it kind of get above that VWAP before you're really bullish on it. Remember I was saying about BlackBerry, that 1650 level, right? Because it had previous resistance back here at 1655. You see that top, right? So that double top, that's showing you resistance there. AMC is able to break above. So AMC is looking strong here. Yes, yes, kitty. So AMC looking strong here, above 10. It's rejected. I'm gonna look for another dip to 10, and if it holds 10 again, might go long. It's just going higher. Maybe that break of VWAP setup was a nice setup there. But it's just that candle is just you know, just keeps going, and then you get the flush. That's why I try not to buy like right at the top, right? I'm like, well, let's wait to see what happens, but it pulls back. Maybe not right to 10, but it did pull back. So give me us a 1050. I'm just gonna buy for the break of the top there. See if it breaks out. If not, then I'm out. If it breaks the highs, then we get test of 11. So it's testing the highs here. 84 broke it. So AMC, we're up to 85s. We're at 85s, pulling back some. So I'm covering. See, I bought too high. It was just one of those where you're looking for the break, and then you want to see continuation, and it immediately rejects. Oh, man. It's just brutal. Obviously, it would have been nicer to buy the dip to like 1033 and then obviously catch the rip, but I was trying to see if it would break out and give us like a nice move just to the upside, but it wasn't wanting to do that, unfortunately. Damn. It wasn't a big loss. Like, we're talking like literally, was it maybe 12 cents, 14 cents, which on a $10 stock is really not that much. But it's just the principle, right? Just the idea that like I didn't want to be taking a losing trade. I've already right on the day. I mean, it's just not good. And there's the pullback. So, let's see what happens, but yeah, kind of. Yeah. Can you do? Can you do? Do. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for watching me. Please click the likes button down there. I know people likes to do that. Say it helps with the views there. I'm not so caring of the views. I just kind of, I'd like to be able to interact with people and kind of get more people to watch my channel, but it's not the biggest deal. I'm not like out there, whoring for views or anything like that. This thing's holding 1050 now, looking strong again, but because of the fact that it didn't break that top, or it did break that top, but then it immediately pushed back. It was basically it was a bull trap, right? So that was definition of a bull trap, where it goes up to a price, pulls back, and then it tries to retest that level but can't break it. So, because it gives you that push, and then you're like, oh, it broke the top of 185 or 184, so now I'm gonna get continuation higher, and then it flushes, and you're like, wow. And now it's pushing up, and if it breaks 1080, it's gonna fly, and I'm not gonna be in it probably, unfortunately, right? Broke 1080, see? Now if it can't break 11, then it's gonna flush again. Yeah, this is scary. This one, I don't recommend trading this, guys. It's because it's been so sold into today. There's so many people wanting to get short on this thing because it's just been so choppy that like a lot of people have been probably getting chopped out, a lot of shorts, so they're kind of waiting for that time when they feel comfortable getting back in. So if it looks like people are looking at this top and saying, okay, $11 basically, I'm going to get in with my stop at 11, and that looks like what's happening here, and a lot of shorts are getting in. There's also people buying it, but the problem here is that it needs to break above that top, because now it's basically triple topped, and it's giving you two different bull traps where it's tried to break that level of 285 twice, and it's done it twice, and it's rejected twice. So I tried to trade the first time, failed. Second time left alone, but it failed. Third time, see if it tests again. If it breaks 1088, then and can break 11, then we're definitely bullish, but definitely is not looking very favorable. What do you want, cat? Yeah. What do you want, kitty? See me lose money? Huh? Yeah. What's going on in here? GME reopen? Where's GME at? I haven't looked at it in a bit. 272. What did I say about that consolidation? Wow. Alright, guys. So looks like this is gonna test again that level. Like I said, it's basically break this level or it's bearish, and the bears are gonna take over. So right now you're kind of in that that time of indecision when there's buyers kind of stepping in, but there's not, there's no big buyers stepping into that are able to move the price higher, and the shorts are kind of getting more comfortable. So it feels like it wants to go lower, but there's a lot of buy orders. But then again, price just keeps going lower. So yeah, be careful on this one, guys. AMC looks like it's going to reverse. And like I said, it's probably going to end up going lower, but who knows, right? Looks like GameStop's starting to go lower again as well. Look at that rejection. Wow. Look at that rejection on AMC. What was I just saying, guys? That's why I switched over to the put contracts, because I wanted to take a look at them, and then I just wasn't able to get in close enough. But it's probably gonna go green here, so we might get a decent entry here. Just gonna want to see what the sentiment of the stock is, but if it continues lower, like it looks like it might want to pick up some of these contracts here. 213, that's not bad. Damn, didn't get filled. Damn. I just didn't get filled. Move the order up now, but I don't really like doing that, but I don't like chasing, but see, that's kind of why I was kind of indecisive, because it looked like it's kind of in this area where it might push back up, give us some resistance, but I think it's still going to be a good area to look to try to get filled. If I can get filled at a better price here, 212 is a good price, I think, but we'll see. Let's try 214. See it popping back up, testing the VWAP again. So it's scary, because if it breaks the VWAP and pushes, it might end up, yeah. See how the contracts just flush down to 209? I still think that it's going to be an opportunity, but I just want to. I'm just not gonna worry about this. I'm probably not gonna trade it, to be honest with you. I'm feeling like this wants to be choppy, and with options, I like, in this area here, when it's below the VWAP and it kind of is giving this test, if it rejects here, you might get a huge flush, which is why I kind of wanted to get in if it was gonna make that move. But because it's kind of chopping up and looks like it kind of wants to go higher now, I'm really, I'm really not sure. And when you're not sure, it's best just to not do. Best just to kind of sit on your hands or kind of step away and live to trade another day. Yeah, unfortunately, it sucks. What sucks most about it is that, like, I really feel like I didn't make bad decisions today. It's just I just couldn't get anywhere with the trades that I made, and then I was kind of flustered, and then I saw things, moving crazy, and then, it looks like GME's halted again to the downside. So GME started to fade, and now it's back to the downside again. Remember when I said if it breaks this bottom here of 260, it's really a reversal, and it's probably going to go all the way back down to 135, or at least probably back down below 200. Oh my god. Let's see what's going on here. People messaged me. But at least I know I'm free. Sorry guys, I was just taking a quick text there. Well, GME's back open again, and it's bouncing higher. Interesting. Wait from the options there real quick on AMC, although looks like it might flush. The thing about options, like, I don't really understand how the commission works on options. AMC. Wow. Some of these stocks, man, I tell ya. But look at BlackBerry, back down to 16. like I said, that 1650, man, that's just double top serious support and resistance. That resistance at 1655. Like if I could short, it's weird. Like it doesn't let me short BlackBerry. It doesn't let me short GME. It doesn't let me short AMC. It doesn't let me short any of these stocks. So I have to try and go long on them. But the problem is that every time I see a long setup like this one, I get flushed out of it. It's like, oh, it pulls back to the VWAP. Maybe it's gonna break out again. You know, like we've had these crazy rips lately, and it just does nothing, right? Like look at this, rips over VWAP and then continues higher. Expecting the same thing here, maybe for a test of like 12 at least. Boom, and then nothing. Just get hammered. You just get hammered on. Cost was about the same. Oh, so couldn't do much about those. Can't do much about it at all. And check out GME here. Looks like it's getting halted, maybe. Or it's just trading around the same levels. Just doing the same things it was doing before, which is not much. What about KOS? What's that doing? I looked at that in a bit. I don't understand where this. I guess this 25 low is right here. Low up to a high of 48. Now it's back to 36. Wow. Just unbelievable stuff. And you know, all of these are sympathy plays. They're all very closely related. So when you see these stocks dip, they you know, and then the dip gets bought up, they typically get bought up on all of them. So some of these could have been nice plays. I don't know how long we've been streaming for here. I don't even know how long we've been streaming for. Oh my, almost 2 hours we've been streaming. Wow, that's unbelievable. I think I've taken what, one trade, maybe two. No, I think one. I was trying to trade options on AMC, but just didn't end up liking the price action there. Looks like it's AMC's testing 12 again, or 11, sorry. It's just too much resistance in the 1080s and that triple top. GameStop is now not looking good either. Jan looking weak. Can I short Jan? I'm not sure if I can get shares to short Jan. Let's find out. Because you can see this. No, it looks like it's reversing here. Kind of came up. Now it's making higher lows. Break 16, we're gonna have a nice move lower. So. See if we can get filled at 1620 here. Nope, not available to short. This is the, you know, and it sucks because I find I'm more like short biased a lot of times. I find like I see the short setups a lot easier than I see the long setups. So a lot of times I try to go. I want to go short more than I want to go long, I want to say, but I end up kind of screwing myself because I'm not able to short a lot of the times the stocks I want to short. Just can't get shares, or it's not available to short, or the margin rate is just too high that I'm really like, okay, I don't want to short it with like $100, and then I'm basically paying more in commissions than I'm gonna make in the trade. So unless it goes like GME, and then even then, what do I make? $100? Great. It's one of those things. I don't know. $100 is great. Don't get me wrong. If you can make $100 a day in the market, you're fucking doing better than I am, and you are a champion. That's the way I look at it. It is not easy to be consistent. It's easier when you're kind of thinking about it from a bigger perspective, right? Like, you got to think about it more from like ranges, where it's like, okay, as soon as you see this first candle hold, you want to go long, right? And then in here you're kind of indecisive, at least I was, and then, you know, as soon as it breaks a view up, I want to go long. But it's like this thing just didn't want to give you that kind of break a view up. It wanted to test, go a little bit higher, and then reject. So chopped me out, unfortunately, but that's the only setup that I saw that I felt comfortable in. The rest of these, it was like, yeah, these are shooting up nice, but at any second you could get a candle that, hey, it looks nice, then boom, flush it down 20 points, and you're down, you know, 10%, 20% within 20 seconds. And you're like, God damn it. And you're like, oh, maybe I'll just hold, maybe I'll just hold, maybe I'll just hold. And the next thing you know, it's down to 135, and you're down 100%, or, you know, 80%, or 200% if you're on margin or whatever, right? But it's just, it's not good. GME is getting a lot of selling pressure. This is starting to get a little bit scary. Jan's kind of doing nothing. BlackBerry, again, 16. Everything's volume is just starting to die. GBR was one of those ones earlier that I was watching, that I was looking at too, and it's the same thing, man. 500% margin rate. I was looking at this to short earlier, and that's why I didn't. I was thinking, I'm like, why didn't I short? Oh yeah, that's why I didn't short it. NAKD back to almost 160s. Not bad. Alright guys, but like I said, I'm going to cut it here, because it looks like there's not much going on. Looks like GME is going to fall. Looks like everything else is going to probably push lower with GME. And doesn't look like there's a ton of stuff going on. Like, is cost halted, or is it just trading on such light volume that it's not moving? I'm confused. Okay, no, it's halted. It's halted. Okay, so KOS halted to the upside. Okay, that's crazy and weird. And the fact that it really only went up, like, you know, like normally it'll halt the stock if it moves more than 10% within 5 minutes. And I guess this thing moved more than 10% in 5 minutes. But typically, if it moves very slowly, like this one did, you know, going up like $1, it, you know, I guess in hindsight, or if you look at it closely, these are, you know, these are a bit bigger than what? It just seems kind of like, why would you halt it at 40? Look at the volume. There's no volume. And that's why you want to be careful, because as much as these look nice and you're like, hey, these things could rip back up to 200, yeah. But when there's no volume like this, just think, if you're a short seller and you're like, hey, this thing's going up into the VWAP, thinking considerations, you know, this thing, you know, has given up down to 25, up to 100. If it goes up to 50 again, it could go down to 10. And if you're a short seller, you're like, yeah, let's get in at 55, you know. So be careful. It's really all I can say. Jan's breaking 16. Or trying to break 16. It's getting a little bored. I think maybe I'll watch KOSS out the resumption here. But if it doesn't really do much, then I'll probably just gonna... I'll probably come back on in a little bit, just because I want to see if these things keep running. But you see AMC starting to sell off with GME. those $10 options at, eh? AMC. Oh, KOS is open again. Flushed. So from 40 down to 37, looks like it's going to get halted again. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. These stocks, they just don't make sense. They just do random shit. They go all over the place and then that's why I say, man, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Like, I was lucky enough to get out before this halt, but you know, it was rough, but I was able to get out before the halt, and if I would have held through that halt, it would have been rough. It would have been really rough. So that's why you don't buy the top, right? You don't buy at the top because that's the risk. But the other, you know, advantage is that if it goes higher like it did yesterday and keeps going higher like it did yesterday, then you could have a move like GME up to 300, right? So you give it a stab, but that's all you can do. So cost is kind of doing nothing, which is typical because the moves it's been making is not really that. Alright. But that's going to be it for right now, guys. I'm going to come back in a little bit, but for right now I'm going to cut it. The volume's kind of dying off, and I think I'm going to get some lunch and just kind of take a little break, but I'll be back. Thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully you guys liked it and hit the subscribe button. I hope to make some more videos, do some more stock picks probably this weekend. I'll probably have some things I want to do a stock pick on AMD, kind of go over the stock and tell you I'm thinking about maybe taking a swing trade in AMD pretty soon. So we'll see. I got it on my watch list here. It's down 0.41 or 0.41% today. So barely a percent, half a percent today, at 88. So we're looking at this thing. I'm looking at it for a break of 90 and then break of 100 really is what I'd like to see out of it. So AMD, I'm interested for the long. Right now I'm kind of watching it. I might watch it towards the close today. So I kind of want to see what happens. But you know, and I kind of wish I was watching it here, because if I saw it dip again here, I might have bought this dip up. Because I think you're finding a lot of support for this stock around the $85 area, 87, 85, kind of in that area. So I'd like to be a buyer in there. Even up here, it's not that bad. I think you might see this thing rip through, but it's also about the market, right? If the market starts to tank, then all technology stocks will probably follow. Tesla's down today, so you know, I guess not down. Well, it is down 3% today, so but holy crap, crashed down below 800 today for the first time in a long time. But yeah, was able to hold and rally back. Wow. Yeah. So it would have been an interesting trade on Tesla right out the gates if you would have bought that dip off of 800. Would have been nice. Wow. Yeah, I mean, nothing's really, it's not really doing much now. Everything's kind of just doing nothing now. So it's a good time to step away and. But like I said, we'll keep an eye, but we'll step away and we'll come back and do some more trading. All right, guys.